In the summer of 2021, the Jupiter Inlet District partnered with the Bureau of Land Management to begin the process of installing a living shoreline. A living shoreline combats the ever-growing problem of shoreline erosion and invites new creatures to call this area their home. With projects like these, we are able to save our shoreline for future generations.
So living shorelines are important because it's an alternative way of protecting our terrestrial environments and our property without the need for these rigid, hard, engineered structures that actually serve to cause problems further downstream.
If you do the living shoreline, you're going to create something that's going to last for a very, very long time. You have made a significant contribution to environmental restoration, and that's something that we can feel very good about.
So to create a living shoreline, first we've got to attenuate the wave action. We've got to slow down that tidal influence, stop the boat wakes and those erosional forces, or diminish them sufficiently that nature can take over. And so that brings us to the wave breaks. Rock structures, they resolve the issue with boat wakes and reduce the tidal power, and it causes an increased amount of sand to be deposited across the shoreline. We then plant salt-tolerant and suitable species, including red mangrove and saltgrass. They grow in, their root structure eventually holds that sand together.
So the living shoreline, even though a significant component of it can be rocks, coquina rock, limestone, for example, to do the breakwaters, that also creates an enormous amount of habitat.
This site shows us who we are as people. So all the same things that we enjoy now here in Jupiter, so things like going out on your boat, spending time with your family, eating a delicious meal, eating great seafood. People have been doing that in this area for thousands of years. So when we think about Florida, we think about it as very modern and very developed. And we need to remember to honor the past too, and that this area has been used and enjoyed for so long. And I think just having a sense of appreciation and awareness that the site it's more than just a lighthouse, it's more than just a place to take a really nice walk, it's all of those things too, but it's the site of this incredible past that teaches us about ourselves.
There is a lot of erosion in the Loxahatchee, in the estuary that we're talking about. We've had some studies done in the past on the movement of sand by the University of Florida, and the erosion on the shorelines is important.
Without living shorelines, we lose habitat, we lose terrestrial environments, we lose resources. This project specifically, we were losing about 7 foot of shoreline annually in this location due to storm surges and tide and boat wakes, and without this project that would continue creating more pressure on the outstanding natural area here.
Oh yes, yeah. They can be designed as you and say your engineer want to design them. So these are not inconducive with recreational uses, and we can even take the notion of recreational uses even a step farther. When you create the biodiversity that these living shorelines create, you are increasing the fish population, which is terribly important to recreational uses. You can also contact the Jupiter Inlet District, their website, to get more information about living shorelines. We really want to show landowners who live on the water how beautiful it can be, how productive it can be, and how beneficial from the erosion standpoint